How do you like geography? I think it's rather essential in our life in a way that it provides us with further insights into our landscapes, like climates and even the culture. It helps us better understand our planet better. So the next question is, do you think geography is useful? I would say it is useful, even though we don't actually notice it in our daily life. Still, I believe the knowledge related to geography actually forms the foundation of our knowledge, of our understanding to our planet. Say when you go traveling, when you see the beautiful sceneries, you might at least know how it forms and how this kind of climate or the landscapes correlate with the culture it forms. So yeah, it is rather important. So the next question is, have you ever learned geography? Yes, definitely. When I was in my middle school, I used to learn geography as a compulsory course. And I think most Chinese students of my generation, we all learned geography during the middle school. But when I entered high school, I just majored in science. So yeah, since then, I've never learned geography at school. But recently, the main source of information and knowledge is mainly through the social media from the internet. So I did learn something about it through the internet. So the last question is, do you want to be a geography teacher? That's interesting. I actually dreamed of becoming a teacher when I was in my primary school. I've always dreamed of becoming a teacher. But I thought about becoming an English teacher, a math teacher, or to teach children how to dance. But I've never thought about being a geography teacher. No offense, it's just not my thing. I'm not actually good at it.
Have you ever learned geography? Yes, I've studied geography both in school and on my own. In elementary and middle school, we covered the basics of maps, continents, countries, capitals, geographical features like rivers and mountains, and some cultural geography. In high school, I took a geography elective that went more in depth into things like plate tectonics, weather and climate patterns, and more human geography topics like migration, urban development, etc. On my own, I've always enjoyed looking at maps to learn about different places around the world. I'd browse maps online sometimes just for fun to see what interesting geographic features or patterns I can notice. How do you like geography? I've always really enjoyed geography. As a subject, I think geography is so interesting because it's such an interconnected mix of the geographical landscape and how human societies interact with their environments. Learning about things like plate tectonics, climate patterns, natural resources, urbanization, etc. all ties together to form a richer understanding of the world we live in. On a personal level, I've always loved maps and globes since I was a kid. I used to spend hours just poring over maps, memorizing country locations and geographical features. I've always been fascinated by the diversity of landscapes and cultures across the world. Do you think geography is useful? Oh, for sure. I definitely think geography is useful. Like, just being able to read maps alone helps you get around so much easier, whether it's figuring out the subway in a new city or going on a road trip. And knowing about different countries and cultures lets you understand new stories better and relate to people from all over the world. Plus, it's just straight up interesting to learn about mountains, rivers, rainforests, deserts, all the crazy landscapes out there. It totally blows my mind thinking about enormous features like the Sahara or the Amazon. And don't even get me started on natural disasters and climate change. You really gotta know your geography to make sense of those, you know? For real though, I think everyone should learn more geography. It gives you perspective and comes in handy more often than you think. It's not just memorizing capitals and stuff. Geography is like the background you need to get by in this world. I definitely try to learn more of it whenever I can. Do you want to be a geography teacher? A geography teacher? You know, I never really thought about it before, but now that you mention it, that could be pretty cool. I've always loved maps, globes, all that kind of stuff, and I did have a geography teacher back in high school who really brought the subject to life with these awesome interactive lessons. So yeah, maybe being a teacher like that could be fun. Get to talk about mountains, rivers, cultures, travel, and all the things I find fascinating anyway. And I do enjoy explaining concepts and ideas to others. Helping kids understand how volcanoes work or how to read topographic maps seems pretty rewarding. Of course, I have to make sure I continue learning a ton more geography myself first. Don't think I'm quite expert level yet. But yeah, teaching geography could be a neat goal down the road. Definitely seems better than some stuffy office job.
Topic 1. Geography. How do you like geography? To be honest, I have a mixed feeling about it. I love studying natural landscapes and exploring how the world forms. I think these aspects of geography are captivating. However, I hate memorizing some geographical terms. They are really dull and monotonous, so it's not always a pleasant subject for me to study.
Do you like geography? Well, yes, I was interested in geography when I was a child. I find it fascinating because it allows me to understand the why and the how, like why the world is shaped as it is and how people connect with each other. No other subject allows me to explore those kinds of things. So for that reason, I love it. 2. Have you ever studied geography at school? Yes, it must have been in elementary school, and it's one of the most interesting subjects I've ever had. And I remember our geography teacher used to take a globe into the classroom and showed us where different continents are. It's really intriguing. 3. Are you good at reading a map? Well, not at all. I'm inept at reading a map, and that's mainly because I have a poor sense of direction. And that was about 2 weeks ago. I got lost in the community while looking for a COVID test spot. I felt so stupid at that time. Would you visit a country because of its geographical location? For sure, I'd love to visit Bali, Indonesia, and it has always been on my bucket list. And the island has got a picturesque village to escape into, and some gorgeous aquamarine life to explore, and even tropical forests to boat into. So I would say it would be an ideal place for a honeymoon.